My first question is, why did the government opt to insert a provision in the General Appropriations Act rather than simply put amendments to the charter of PDIC, not in question here, or to the charter of charter of Philhealth?
That was a decision of Congress when they passed the General Appropriations Act.
But knowing now the issues that are now being raised, and you having been a legislator for 30 years.
Almost 30 years.
Almost 30 years, from the House to the Senate,
That
including
is
the
correct.
local government, would you have opted to amend the law?
I
Just to
would-
amend the law and put a provision there to assist the deficits, to assist unprogrammed, etc.
We will be amending the charter of Philhealth soon, but not necessarily for this purpose.
Not for this purpose, okay.
The president can still
Yes.
fund
Now,
anything, essentially.
You don't
from the
find
list.
that unconstitutional because the allocation of budget, it is the power of the purse. It belongs to Congress, principally the House. Now what we are doing here in unprogrammed appropriation, it is the president now determining sino sa unprogrammed appropriation ang uunahin ko. You don't find anything wrong there?
From my perspective, Your Honor, I think there is a problem there because it's essentially a delegation of congressional authority of the power
Yes,
of the purse
there's-
to the president.
Is that not an unlawful delegation? You're delegating power to the president to allocate funds. Na dapat yan, sa Kongreso yan. Yan ang the only source, the biggest power of Congress is the power of the purse. Ito, dinidelegate niya na because of this one to the president. You don't, so you agree with me there's something wrong there.
I agree with you, Your Honor.
No, ito lang. Ikasama
Yes.
yung mga utang.
Yes, Your
Pero
Honor.
hindi natatapos yan sa DBM. Dadalhin niya sa Kongreso. Sino may final say kung magkano ibibigay sa bawat ahensya?
Well, on the part of the executive, it's the president po, as NEP.
Ito yung NEP na sinasabi ng Presidente. Ang sabi ng Presidente, bigyan mo ang Supreme Court ng 100 billion. Sasabihin ng Kongreso, hindi uubra. Kasi base sa sources of revenue, hindi kikitain yan para matugunan yung 1 billion. Tama?
Generally, Your Honor, the answer would be yes,
So in
correct.
other words, everything rests at the end of the day, what to allocate to Congress.
Yes, Your Honor, because that is what we recognize as the
So when
power of
Congress
the
allocates this
purse.
funding, they consider all the sources of revenue covered by different legislation, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So in other words, when nakita nila may specific special fund allocated, pero sinasabi nila, hindi natin pwedeng ibigay lahat ito kasi may iba pang pangangailangan ng gobyerno. So pwede nating bawasan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pinapayagan ba yun sa Constitution?
Yes, Your Honor, as part of the legislation
Okay,
process.
thank you very much.
What the government is doing is that the collection here in respect to A is the one that will be given in F.
No, Your Honor, it will be part of the amounts given under F.
Yes. So
Yes.
whatever is the subsidy of government to Philhealth to answer for the indirect contributors, ang pera na yan, galing yan sa A. Yan ang sinasabi mo.
Galing po sa A plus other resources
Plus other.
of government.
Probably
Yes.
the bulk will be coming from A. Now, however, what I'm saying is that A is independent of F. Because Section 37 enumerates the sources. If A should be used to fill up F, A should be a subparagraph of F. That is how English should be made or crafted. Di ba? Ganun lang kasimple yan eh. Oh, now, with respect to B and C, may collection dyan sa PAGCOR, may collection dyan sa PCSO. Nasaan na yan? Was it remitted to Philhealth? The total amount remitted to Philhealth from the National or General Fund?
It is with the Treasury, Your Honor. Only 41 billion pesos has been included
So
in the
precisely.
GAA.
So what you're saying, nag-collect kayo sa PAGCOR, nag-collect kayo sa PCSO. Yes, a portion was remitted to Philhealth, but not the total amount. Because B and C is very clear in saying that the funds raised for this purpose, PCSO, PAGCOR, Charity Fund, shall be transferred to Philhealth at the end of each quarter, subject to the usual budgeting, accounting, and auditing rules. My understanding of usual budgeting, accounting, and auditing rules does not include reducing the amount. It may refer to creating a ledger, a journal, whatever it is, but does not include the power to reduce the amount collected from PAGCOR or even PCSO. Do you agree with me?
Yes, Your Honor. And
So therefore-
I would like to highlight that there is no reduction in the allocations going, set aside for PhilHealth under those collections. Whatever happens, 85 billion is still 85 billion. Whatever happens, 6.8 billion is still 6.8 billion. What is at issue here is the timing with which those funds will be given.
No,
And,
the timing is stated here, at the end of each quarter. That's the directive there. So that it should be a regular thing from the national government to transfer it to PhilHealth. So, I would like to know from PhilHealth, natatanggap ba niyo yung pera from PAGCOR? Natatanggap ba niyo yung pera from PCSO? Na very clear from B and C here that you should receive this quarterly to help increase benefit packages. Natatanggap ba nila?
No, because it's all
So
subject
therefore,
to GAM.
if they do not receive this, as you had admitted, my interpretation here, this was violated.